Good afternoon. Welcome to the Advancement Center as the butterfly welcomes you to, and welcome to the world of magic and miracles. What perfect timing. So hello. So it's officially summer here in Santa Barbara. It is absolutely amazingly beautiful, as are you. And I especially want to thank you for joining me and us here today, because it's another really powerful day. The wildlife is making its appearances as we start here. So a special welcome today. So the invitation for this week is what I see right now. A beautiful, magnificent, majestic lion was the photo for the invitation. And that is what we all are. When we step into, when we stand in our majestic being, when you stand in the majestic being that you are, that's what you feel. That's what those around you feel, is that amazing, powerful presence. And there's an incredible calmness and the strength. You can feel it. You feel his strength, and yet you feel this amazing calm, unlike where the mind can take us as humans. The mind can really create a lot of turmoil in your life. Things that don't even exist yet will just stir you up and create so much turmoil and throw you off balance, and you step out of your majestic being when you allow that to happen. And it's interesting when examples of that show up for you, even if it's not in your own personal experience, but maybe someone that shows up in your experience. The chaos is incredible. When we are not connected to our majestic being, when we take in all of these strange messages that get communicated here on planet Earth about what's good for you, what's bad for you, it just shows in such a pronounced way how we create our own experience of this life. And focusing on the beautiful, majestic lion and that feeling that is you is so much more fun. It's so much more calm. And what you bring when you're in that place, what you bring to the world is your true self, your true gifts. And they go out wide and far. Farther than we know. So that image, again, it's just a great image to hold. So that if you ever forget or get distracted by something that you think is real, but isn't really, something that hasn't even arrived yet as a problem, just think of the lion. In that majesty, there's so much power. It's here now. It's as if the lion is sitting right behind me. And at the same time, the trees gently sway. Friendly flies come around. But from this majestic place, you can do anything without doing anything. Your vision, what you see as the future, as you're seeing it and feeling it from this place, there's great power. The power of creation comes through this place. And things that may attempt to hurt you or throw you off or sabotage what you're doing can't touch you from this place. It just rolls off like a drop of water that can't get in. And in it, there's this calmness because there's no thought. There's just no thought. And when you're living with this as your foundation, everything actually becomes so much lighter and more fun. Nothing gets too heavy, nothing gets too serious. Love without seriousness. It's an amazing talk that Robert Young gave several years ago. And it's so fitting for this moment of describing this power and this experience. Because when you have no thought of judgment or fear or whatever can distract you, can pull you outside of your majestic being, there's only love, the experience of love, but without seriousness. So I invite you, as always, to laugh and play no matter what the circumstances, no matter what may be going on around you. Because if you're in the place, this majestic place of the lion, nothing can touch you. Only joy and beauty and love and the thrill of life. We can't forget the mischievousness either, like this little fly. The energies that will shift you, move you, change your direction. Therein lies the fun of life. Always that changing of direction. Nothing becomes stale. It's always new, every single moment. So fewer words are coming through today because there's a lot going on that's beyond words at this moment. The energies are almost like a whirlpool going up, a swirling, gentle but powerful movement up, 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 as you get taller and taller, as you step into your majestic being. You can feel rather large, so large that there's moments when you don't understand how this body is seeming to contain your being, your presence. There's a thrilling feeling for you. And sometimes you can even get lightheaded for a moment as you travel in this vortex of energies. It can be so powerful. Again, the power of the lion. It's this power that's almost indescribable. If you've ever had the opportunity to be in the presence, like within a few feet of a lion, as it roars, oh my gosh, it's powerful. I had that opportunity many, many years ago. And it was actually inside a concrete building at the San Francisco Zoo. There were many large cages where the animals, the lions and tigers, would come in for their daily feeding. And you walk into this concrete, it was like a bunker almost. It was just all concrete. And the cage, the height of the bottom of the cage was about 3 feet off the floor. So they were eye level to you. And the man would come in with these wheelbarrow full of huge slabs of raw meat and a pitchfork. And he would walk from one end. Just between you, there was a railing, a very low railing in front of us, maybe 3 feet of space where this man could walk with his wheelbarrow, and then these cages that were just huge. And as he would go by, he would fork a piece of meat and throw it up into the lions, onto the floor of the space. And there was one point when these two maned lions, one was on the far side of the building, and it was a kind of an L shape, and the other one was on the other far side. And they started roaring with all of us in this concrete building, back and forth. One would roar and the other one would roar, and one of them was directly in front of me. It was so powerful. It made you shake. Your whole body vibrated. When his mouth, the size of his mouth, was unbelievable, fully open as he roars. And there was even, you could see the heat waves, I think. I'm not sure what that was, but it, like, as he opened his mouth and that roar came out from, you don't even know where it came from. It was so big and so powerful. There would be these waves of energy coming out of his mouth, almost like invisible flames. I will never forget that experience as long as I live. So for me, that picture of that glorious lion brings that experience of that power. And it wasn't aggressive. It was just, they were just communicating with each other. They could have even been joyful that it was feeding time, but it was powerful. And we all have such amazing power that comes through us. when we're connected with our majestic self, our majestic being. And it's such an interesting, almost dichotomy in this world as it's become, because power has represented not so positive things on this planet for so long. But that's the opposite of how it is. With true power comes gentleness and love and this amazing feeling of freedom and, for lack of a better word, it's this relaxed state. Every part of you is relaxed. Very opposite of some things that we've been shown here. So welcome back to your power. You always have access to it. And as I said before, it will always be felt by those around you, and you will transmit it out beyond your knowing. The whole world, the whole universe can change in a fraction of a second through that majestic, powerful presence of your being. So welcome. Welcome to the experience. And I know you felt it before, but this is just a little reminder to really have awareness if something, even the smallest little thing, tries to take you out of that power. It doesn't really, but it will just, the mind can get in there and give you an illusion of a not so pleasant experience, because it's not really who you are. So from this beautiful, majestic, powerful place, thank you once again for joining us here, for joining me on this day. May your upcoming days ahead be an incredible experience of this. Even in the silence. So with that, I would like to wish you all a perfect life, perfect health, and a gloriously magic future. Thank you.